$83 million water testing lab opened and first ever Worden station commissioned in Bartica. Welcome to InfoHub. It's Thursday, October 24. Here's what's making the news. Guyanese are set to benefit from the country's first water testing laboratory, effectively boosting the process to assess the quality of the country's water resources.
The 83 million Guyana dollars laboratory was commissioned by Minister of Agriculture, the Honourable Noel Holder, at the Hydrometeorological Service Office on Brickdam. The Agriculture Minister said this marks an important milestone for the department in fulfilling its mandate with regards to the management and the monitoring of the quality of the nation's water resources.
Today marks the beginning of the thrust towards establishing a national water quality monitoring network and the establishment of a central repository for all information on the quality of the country's resources.
Chief Hydrometeorological Officer Dr. Garvin Cummins reflected on the time when testing was done in what he described as a small and very unattractive room. He further noted that while a lot of time and energy was put into the testing process, the end results could not have withstood scrutiny or be used in any solid analysis. This, he said, was the catalyst for the establishment of the new facility.
It is out of this history of water quality testing at Hydromet that the vision for a better environment, improved expertise, and an approved and transparent system for water quality testing was conceived.
While the Hydromat service will be the primary user of the facility for regulatory sampling and analysis of water, the laboratory is open to all to test water quality. The laboratory also has a separate room for chemical analysis, biological analysis, and the weighing of samples. Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
Today also saw the commissioning of the country's first ever Worden station. Labeled the Black Cayman, the station will boost the capacity to protect Guyana's natural resources.
The station was officially opened by Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman in Bartica Region 7 on October 23. Chief Warden Trevor Blendman said that the station was something the Corps has been longing for since being established in 2016.
From Bartica, we'll be able to launch out into the mining districts, Mining District 3, Mining District 4, which will be in the Mazuni Cayuni, and we're able to conduct much more patrols effectively from here than we would have been able to do from Georgetown.
Minister Trotman said the station is the first of 3 slated to be commissioned. These will serve and protect the country's natural resources and patrimony.
This station and the officers are expected to set the standard for guarding our natural resources and to maintain a high level of integrity as well. This station is also becoming operative at a time when there is a greater need for monitoring the sector in light of the recent mining accidents and criminality that we have been reading and hearing about. We will continue to do everything we can to ensure compliance with the rules, regulations and laws governing this sector.
The Natural Resources Minister pointed out that to ensure that wardens are capable, they underwent training to ensure they recognize unsafe mining practices and understand what corrective actions must be taken.
I am therefore confident that each warden is fit and proper and ready to make a difference in the natural resources sector.
Minister Trotman also highlighted that whilst wardens will be armed, they will exercise caution at all times in the carriage, usage and storage of weapons. The station, Black Cayman, has the capacity to house 16 wardens at any time. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
A coordinated and integrated effort is needed to curb road accidents. This was expressed recently by the Minister of Public Security, the Honorable Kemraj Ramjatan.
The recent loss of lives due to a head-on collision at Friendship on the east bank of Damarara highlighted the need for road users to take stock of their actions, says Minister Ramjatan.
That thing has really hurt me pretty badly.
The accident prompted His Excellency President David Granger to order an inquiry. According to the Public Security Minister, there is more need for individual responsibility on the part of both drivers and passengers.
We have to have people in the vehicle who would notice that indeed the driver is going too fast, is reckless, and sometimes they don't speak out against that driver. And to plead with him, stop that, you're going too fast, and so on. That could also help.
Whilst acknowledging that the government has a role in ensuring that there is proper infrastructure such as wider roads and better signage, Minister Ramjatan noted that most accidents occur due to recklessness on either drivers' or pedestrians' part.
It requires a coordinated effort. It requires an integrated effort on the part of everybody.
With around 11,000 vehicles imported annually, the government has committed to improving infrastructure countrywide. Notwithstanding these improvements, he reiterated that all stakeholders must cooperate.
Even though you have many cars coming in, to avoid these accidents that cause so much loss of limb, life, and also damage to property, and then the trauma of it all, sometimes you are disabled for life, requires that drivers and passengers speaking to drivers, you're doing something wrong, please stop it, or put me out of the vehicle, or some such thing.
Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Still to come, lane closures expected at Buxton Bridge and Diwali to be observed on Sunday. Details after the break. Welcome back. The Ministry of Public Infrastructure is advising the general public that from Friday, October 25 to December 31, both lanes on the bridge at Buxton Public Road will be closed to vehicular traffic. Eastbound, that is heading towards Berbice, while westbound traffic, that is heading towards Georgetown, will be diverted to the temporary bridge bypass that is located on the southern side of the existing bridge. The purpose of the partial closure is to facilitate bridge works. Motorists and pedestrians are kindly asked to exercise caution and observe all safety and direction signs, particularly in the vicinity of the Buxton Bridge. The Public Infrastructure Ministry has extended its appreciation to the public for its cooperation and regrets any inconvenience caused. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, the Honorable Basil Williams, said the opposition has been pushing many matters in the lower courts that were already ruled out by the Caribbean Court of Justice.
The recent ruling by the Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George on the application for the President and Cabinet to resign was one such matter. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, the Honorable Basil Williams, appeared on the National Communication Network's radio program Insight on Thursday morning, where he shared developments in the legal sector. He noted the continued attempts by the opposition through its lawyer Anil Nandlal to override rulings by the CCJ by returning matters to the High Court.
The Chief Justice's decision is really a reiteration of the CCJ's decision, and the opposition had embarked on this fake program of saying that the government is illegal. So the Chief Justice's decision confirms the legality of the government, which was in fact expressed by the highest court of the land, the CCJ.
The Attorney General said the refusal by the opposition to accept the ruling of the CCJ resulted in them moving to the lower courts on 3 occasions, challenging the same decisions that were determined. They were rebuffed on all 3 occasions.
What this means too is that if you go to the court, for the first time, you're expected to give your whole case to the court, and not just part of the case, and then you come back and you go back to the court and another part. So that would be abuse, and we leveled the allegation against Mr. Nandalal that he was a vexatious litigant.
Last week, Justice George threw out a litigation by Nandlal, which called for the cabinet to resign. She said the application was vexatious and absolute abuse of the process of the court. Reporting for InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
This year's Diwali celebrations is set to be observed on Sunday, October 27. Diwali, also known as the Festival of Lights, is celebrated worldwide by Hindus. In Guyana, the celebration is one which all Guyanese look forward to, not only for the delicious delicacies, but also for the well-lit motorcade with the beautifully designed floats. According to Technical Officer at the Department of Social Cohesion, Pamela North, the Hindu core group attached to the department went back to the drawing board before arriving at a consensus on the date for the celebrations.
This year, Diwali is just going to be celebrated on one day. So people were able to come to that compromise and said, you know what, we will go what is the correct way. They went back to their calendars and look at whatever the Hindus would do and see when it was the darkest night. So yes, we have one observance this year, which of itself is a big achievement for Guyanese.
The date for Diwali changes every year as it is calculated by the position of the moon on the darkest night and the 15th day of the Hindu month of Kartik, which either occurs in October or November. However, for the past years, there has been debate over the exact date Diwali is to be observed locally, with two major Hindu groups differing on the dates and therefore observing the festival on different days. Nevertheless, it's a celebration that brings Guyanese together from all walks of life.
One of the things though about Diwali, it's not only Hindus, it's stretched across religion and culture. People participate in it. So it's one of the activity or event on the Hindu calendar that brings people together. And at Social Cohesion, we are always excited about people coming together, especially for a common cause.
Diwali is a religious holiday, and in this regard, the Department of Social Cohesion has asked that persons desist from using firecrackers in a manner that can harm or cause great discomfort to others. The annual Diwali motorcade will be held on Saturday, October 26, while Hindus will observe their religious day on Sunday, October 27. Monday, October 28 has been declared a public holiday. Remember to tune in to The Voice of Guyana on Friday, October 25 at 11 a.m. when Prime Minister the Honorable Moses Nagamutu will be on radio program Insight. The Prime Minister will be looking at the government's position on pertinent matters and the upcoming Diwali observance, so be sure to tune in. As we close, here is a reminder from the Guyana Elections Commission.
GCOM's preliminary list of electors is now on its website, www.gcom.org.gy. Citizens are reminded to check the voters list to ensure their names are on it. GCOM's claims and objection exercise began on October 1st and will end on November 18, 2019. During this time, the following persons can check the registration office in their respective districts to verify their registration records for inclusion on the list of electors. Persons who are 18 years or older or will become 18 by December 31st, 2019. And Guyanese citizens by birth, descent, naturalization or registration, and a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for no less than a year before December 31st, 2019. Also, persons whose names appear on the Central Registrar can make changes or corrections during this period. GCOM's claims and objection exercise is being conducted at all GCOM offices throughout the country.
That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.